And while the PDD is getting freaky in the courtroom, I realized there's an unfilled position for a new producer and beat maker. And as a person with a most basic background in music, I realized I'm the perfect fit for it. Besides playing the piano and the guitar a little bit and singing not that great indeed, in the last 3 months I tried producing some kind of samples in FL Studio and I know the basics of composing, things in making arrangements and almost nothing in mixing and mastering. But since I never on my own made a beat longer than 10 seconds, I will at least try and make one that's a minute long. I'm telling you right now, and I will make a beat that will make Dr. Dre retire and start selling headphones on the street. A beat that will make Beethoven start hearing again. And I put on my producing attire and I'm ready to start. And with my manager on my phone, I'm telling you, bro, we gotta make at least 10,000. We are 100% ready to start making. So let's just jump into it. So the plan is as follows. Compose a 1-minute song or a beat. I want to make it kind of, I don't know, not really the drill type of beat. I want to make it more melodic and not only those 808 drums. But I also want it to sound not so happy at the same time. I want it to be kind of aggressive while also being kind of melancholic. I hope that makes sense. You can see right here, I made almost 30 samples to this date, but none of them are truly great and none of them are complete beats. Let's see. You can see even this is one of the longer ones. It is around 30 seconds long. I mean, it's nothing to brag about. This one I may use even in the video. But let's start completely new without a template. First of all, I need to pick the instruments. I am thinking of starting off with a pad. I like this one. We'll use it for the background sounds. Now I need something dark, like dark piano or piano dark. And I don't know, it sounds kind of basic. Dark Knight. I like this one. Yeah, we'll use this one. A pluck. What is a synth pluck? This one is even better. So there's the synth pluck. And do we need anything else? Of course I need an 808 bass. And I would like the one that can slide up and down and not just kick on every new note. But we'll start with a low-key one, like this. And I'll change up the instrument if it needs to be changed. A melody. I will make the root notes be of the minor chords and a progression that would sound kind of sad and even aggressive. So what could the root note be? Yeah. Let's see, do we start with the synth pluck now? Maybe this one would be better. It sounds pretty good. Let's experiment a bit. I like this one the better, I think. Creates kind of syncopated sounds along with the flatlining background. Ooh, and now the root note. Let's see how this sounds. Jumping on to the next step, the pluck. And this one I think will be the hardest. Sorry for the camera inconvenience. Let's see, what can I do with the pluck? Maybe here. I like the sound of this. The one thing I also need is the 808. I can't hear it like this. This one's better. I kind of like it on the fifth, even though it is pretty high. Melody. I like the harmonics of that. And by that we kind of have the melody. And I have a drum loop, so I don't try and make anything on my own, because there are some great drill type style and hip hop style drum loops on the internet that are free to download. So I'll try experimenting with some of them, and if they don't work, I'll make my own custom sample, if that makes sense. But first, let's try and split the channels and make an arrangement of this. So what I want to do is not start with the pluck nor the 808. I want them to kind of kick in and come in later. So I'll just start with the pad and the Dark Knight. I kind of feel like we have to repeat that, or else the song or the beat would again be just too short. This is a great place to start the beat. Yeah, that sounds pretty nice. Oops. And try the standard whole 808. Now let's make a bridge out of everything but the same pluck, and we'll experiment with the beat. That's a nice bridge. And let's repeat everything in the end. And what if I try to experiment Yeah, after the bridge everything should start playing, not just this. And here let's make a kind of a cut, play everything else, and let's make the end the same as the beginning. And it is still 10 seconds too short for some reason. But I don't care. I feel like if we put everything together and master it kind of well, which is a stretch because I don't know anything about mixing, mastering and putting on the sounds, let's play with a loop. And I'll kind of run through many loops and delete them if I don't like them. And I'll use the one that I like the most, and I won't include that in the video because it is already half an hour of a recording time. Let's play it somewhere here. What should I do here? What if I copy this also? The end. I feel like the vocals could be easily incorporated here without any problem. Yeah. I think we'll leave it at this, now just kind of mix and master it, and that would be the whole thing. I feel like this is it. I lowered the halo, it should be just the halo in the background. The Dark Knight, I feel like leaving at this would be pretty good. Simplak, I lowered it a little bit just so it doesn't take a stroll on your ear, just jumping up and down all the time. The bass, I feel like leaving in the normal range is alright. And I lowered the drums a little, just a little bit. I will increase them. And we'll hear how it sounds, and that would be the end of the video. Maybe I could add an effect on something, just for the fun of it. What would be great for the reverb, for example? Because that's the only effect I know of. Alright, let's hear the song. I'll play it just to hear, because everything else you've already heard. Maybe I'll include to include the bridge. I hope you like this video. It is 45 minutes of recording time. I'll have to edit a lot of it. As always, I'll see you in the next one.